Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with the girl I like forgot her glasses episode number 6 reaction. So the previous episode it was the Valentine's Day and the White Day episode. So basically yeah like they go to school and they see, oh no, they don't go to school, sorry, they meet at a department store kind of place, like, and obviously Komura's like, oh, like, will she buy for me, like, am I in the, like, he was kind of curious and tried to, like, it kind of slipped out of his like, mouth, and she kind of heard it, and he tried to hide the fact that he wants chocolate, but by the end of it, it gets out, and she's like, yeah, definitely, I'm definitely going to give you, you know so yeah, unfortunately at school, she, by the end of it, like, runs out of chocolates. She didn't realize that she didn't have enough, so she tells him that, oh, like, I'll do anything, like, let me know what can I do for you. And he tries to confess, but then he realizes that, okay, not like this, I'll confess to her normally in the future. So that was the Valentine's Day episode, and then there was the White Day section as well, where Kona wanted to give her, like a Baumkuchen, but she was kind of concerned about her weight, so he tried to refrain. But seeing everyone else give her, by the end of it, he decides to give it to her, and yeah, in the end, Mie eats the eats the Baumkuchen, and yeah, everything was okay by the end of it. So that was basically the previous episode. So let's see what happens in this one. Episode 6, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, what is that? Huh. Hmm. What is that? Oh, wait, you're gonna get a big cake? If you. Okay, that's nice. Expires tomorrow. Right. Hmm. Yeah, and I cannot see properly now. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Well, about that. Hmm. Play all day. Yeah. What are you on about? Come on. You just don't. He was thinking like he was going to. Okay. What's happening to her? Okay. Okay, so he probably could have still gone there if he hurried and took Mia to the post office, to the post box. But he was like, oh no, let me take my time. So that's why he was like, okay. Hmm. Okay. Welcome. The girl is like, welcome the new school term. Right. Okay. Um. Um. That. No, you cannot see. Yeah. Okay. Now, come on. Yeah. No. She's squinting her eyes. It's pretty obvious. um. There we go. There we go. Yeah, she's wearing contacts. Exactly. Okay. Hmm. Oh, that's why. It's all, yeah. Right. Oh no, here we go. you know, uh, this is a. Okay, I'll talk about this later in the discussion section. when. Okay, that's funny. I remember doing that a few times as well. Oh, not in front of a teacher, but in different other situations. Mm. um, I okay, what? I mm, fishing 20. Well, yeah, she did say kind of, you know, go ahead, but still. Wait, what's this? Okay, wait, I didn't read the blackboard. Was there something else written there? Oh. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Um. Yeah, I was just walking here. Fresh air. Fresh air. Oh boy. Well, he can go there later, so yeah. But her situation is, like she has to. She has to put it today only. Damn. Gabriel's like, wait, what? Right. Yeah. What? What happened? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Hmm. Alright. There you go. Worked out. Now you can go to your arcade games. Yeah. No, but I guess. Yeah. True, that's true, like she could. I don't think there's like a time limit for you to put the postcard in. Hmm. Yeah. New term, okay. Well, because, true. No, you're not that old. Yeah, you're 13 years old or 14 or whatever. Oh my god. She's actually sleeping. Wait, is she sleeping? What's she doing? Right. Oh, perfect attendance. Oh, nice. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that also means that. What? No, she's wearing contacts, I'm guessing, today. No, wait. Oh no, she isn't wearing contacts. She again forgot her glasses. Okay. Um. I don't know. Crack some jokes or something. He's actually. Hmm. Well, you're the one who. It probably tickles. You guys, you're in public. Stop it. Oh my god. What the hell is that? Flapjack octopus? True. Yeah, kind of. Huh. Okay. No, he's the one who's going first. Oh, I guess KM. Yeah, alphabetical order. No, but Azuma. Oh, the Azuma's there. Okay. You've attended school every day. Hmm. Happy times, you know. The whole memory of him will be. Okay, I was thinking like every memory will be like, oh, she forgot her glasses. Okay. Damn. Yeah. You know. Oh boy. Hmm. All right. New year, new semester, new classes. I'm guessing. Yes. Okay. Here we go. This will be a problem. But you don't know about this time, you know. Ah, you're jinxing it. Corner seat. 36. Oh. Yeah, you're the main character. That's why. Right. Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Oh my god. Control yourself. Who the hell is this? Looks like a side character, maybe? Will. Yeah, same suit. Yo, he's look. Look at him looking. uh. Ooh. Asuka. Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, that was. Oh wait. Oh, she read it wrong. 27. Wait, so she's in front of him? No, wait, what? Wait. Yeah. No. Okay, no. Where is she now? Okay, so she's still in the front. Oh boy. What? What's going on? What? Ibuchi. Found him. Oh boy. Plenty of happiness for me. What? Something's bothering her, I think. Like, obviously. Uh, wait, she cannot see probably. No, what's going on? Yep, there you go. Yeah. Well, you also cannot see, but I guess she can see if she brings her glasses, I guess. Well, yeah. You realize now at this point what's going on? Right. Oh my god. Well, yeah, she kind of always puts her face on the desk. Right. And that. All right. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, that is it. Right. That was episode number 6. Yeah, episode number 6. So, in this episode, we get to see. Okay, yeah. In this episode, we get to see uh, Mie looking at a point card, and she was like, "Oh, good morning, Komura-kun. Look at this, like a point card." And she's very happy. Obviously, she has saved enough points to get something. And by the looks of it, it seems like she'll be getting a cake or something like that. I don't know. Ooh, think so. Yeah, whatever. She's gonna get something. Probably, like, I'm guessing she's gonna get like some kind of a voucher to, go to a restaurant and get like any type of cake that she wants. I'm guessing, and something like that. So okay, so she's very happy for that, and she's like, It's going to expire tomorrow, so I actually need to put it, like in the post box today." And she's like, "But the closest post box is at the post office." So the post office is on the, I think she said, like right or the left side of the school, which is completely the opposite direction to her house. So she actually didn't go that direction before. So yeah, she's missing her glasses as well. So Cobra's kind of concerned. He's like, "Okay, you know what? Let me go, because yeah, like she hasn't gone there. It'll be difficult without being able to see it, where she's going." And he's like, "Okay, I'll help you out." And she's very happy. She's like, "Oh, that's quite good." But then his friends are like, "Oh, Komura, like, you want to go to the arcade? Like you wanted to play those games. There's a lot of them now, and yeah, we can play all day." And Komura's pretty happy. He's like, "Oh yeah, like that's cool." But then he's like, "Right, but probably not today." Now I think he could have probably gone with his friends after he helped Mia with her task, but he decided to, reject it, because he thought that, "Oh, let me take a little bit of time, like to go and help her out," and that's why he probably decided. Like, I'm pretty sure if he hurried, he probably could have done it. He probably could have went to the arcades, because how long does it take to go to the nearest post office? Like maximum a half an hour, at walking distance, I'm guessing. And like maybe like 40 minutes to like go and come back. And then I'm pretty sure he could have easily went with his friends, but he's like, "Oh no, let me take my time." And he was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to go to that. I have a little bit of a, like thing." Mie heard it, and Mie obviously felt bad about it, because he thought that he's actually rejecting his friends, because he had promised to go with her. So she's thinking about that, and she's like, doesn't want to inconvenience him. So after later on, she kind of says that, "Oh no, I can do it on my own. You go with your friends." But obviously, to make that suggestion, she needs to prove that she can freaking see. She cannot, obviously. So Komura's like, "But you cannot, like, you'll have trouble. You don't have your glasses." And I love how she tries to prove that she has her glasses, and she doesn't have her glasses. She has contacts on. She tries to prove it. It's pretty obvious she doesn't have contacts on, because if you see her, you can understand if she has something on or not. She's going to squint her eyes if she doesn't have something on, and like, it's pretty obvious. So she has been squinting up until now, so obviously she doesn't have contacts on. And to prove it, funny thing, exactly at that same time, the teacher was like, "Oh, Mie, read this part." And like, she tries her best to read it, just puts her face in the in the, in the what do you call it, book, yeah, in the book, and is like reading. Now here's the thing, um I guess it isn't really a surprising thing, but one thing is yeah, like, I was going to say, one thing is surprising, that she actually cannot read stuff like closer things as well. Like like people at her age, and like at a young age, like teenagers, children, or young adults, they usually have like farsightedness, as far as I know. Um, Myopia or hyperopia. I don't remember the exact term. I think it's hyperopia, or is it myopia? Whatever it is, the farsightedness, that is, you cannot see things at a distance, and like at a young age, you can actually see stuff like which is closer to you. So if your eyes go naturally bad, that's what it is usually, like most of the time. But if you are like, like if you have trouble to see from the beginning, then I guess that's a little bit different. Maybe a few, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have trouble seeing close stuff as well, when like when the problem persists from a very young age. But if you didn't need glasses at the beginning, and little by little your eyes start to deteriorate, and by when the time when you're a teenager, if you need glasses, most of the time it's usually like farsightedness, that you cannot see stuff at a distance. At closer things you can see. For example, me, I have farsightedness. Closer things I can easily read. I don't need glasses to read a book, but things at a distance I cannot freaking see. So my glasses are also made for that, only farsighted. And there isn't like, it's not like like close and fast stuff, only fast stuff. Close stuffs I can see on my own. So the fact that she puts her face in the book makes me think that she has both, doesn't she? Like things at a distance and things at closer, she has trouble seeing both, which is, like I said, so that would probably mean that her eyesight didn't go bad normally. She probably had bad eyesight from the beginning, because my eyesight was perfect. When I was a kid, I could see everything. Like I had very sharp eyesight, and staying in front of the computer for 24/7 made me like this. I cannot freaking see things at a distance now. So yeah, like my eye went bad because I'm always in front of the computer from a very, I would say, a young age. Like I play video games from a very young age. So yeah, so that's why I know that's what happened, and that is why like that's the thing. But her situation, I'm guessing, is not something like that. Her eyesight was probably bad from the beginning. It wasn't that it got deteriorated or something, because I don't know. She probably had nearsightedness and also farsightedness at the same time as well, which is, again, like I said, bit rare for children her age or at a young age. Like as you grow older, yeah, then you have trouble seeing things at close distance as well. But yeah, anyways, enough of that. I don't know. I'm just something that I know. I might be wrong completely. Just something that I've heard. So yeah, right. Anyways, so she's trying to read it and she just cannot because there's a certain word that had a lot of strokes and she couldn't read it. I love this part where she's like, she reads up until that part and then she's like, she makes a plan and she's like, all right, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. Starts reading again, and then when she comes to that part, kind of coughs a little bit and then just skips that part. This is hilarious because I remember doing this multiple times, not in front of a teacher, but like something that I had to say, but I didn't prefer to say it. So I just kind of like coughed very loud at that time, just so that, and kind of like like said it in that way, so that it doesn't really like register. I love this part because it's so relatable. I remember doing this. Just cough really loudly if you want to avoid saying something, but you have to say it. Just do something like that. Another thing I remember doing, which is when I was a kid, like, for example, a spelling. I didn't know like a spelling for like a certain word or whatever, and I had to give it to the teacher to like to for her to like correct or like see if I've done it right or wrong. And I remember like it was a very simple spelling which it just slipped my mind, and I was too embarrassed to write something wrong, so I just I just like, obviously I was using a pen, so I used it in such a, wrote it in such a way that it could mean both, like in a weird way I wrote it. So that it can mean either of it. I think it was a problem with A or a E. So I wrote the A in such a way, in a weird way, that it seemed both E and A at the same time. And tried to go, like, just skip that part like that. This kind of reminded me of that as well, where she just had to say something, but she preferred not to, so she just coughed that throughout that whole section. So, things you can do to avoid, like situations like this. And it worked. The teacher was, and I'm pretty sure the teacher really didn't like care that much over here, because usually May probably is someone who is a good student. She probably like gives her homework in time, answers questions correctly, is good at studying. So the teacher probably didn't really mind that. He was like, ah, yeah, it's fine, okay, it's Mia we are talking about. Like, I'm sure she had to cough at that moment. So the teacher really didn't say anything, because particularly probably because it was Mia, because Mia probably is a good kid in school. So that is why she was able to go with that. If this was some other student who was like a problematic student, I'm sure the teacher would be like, "Oh, what did you do there? Say it properly. I didn't hear you." So I'm sure that would have happened. Mia probably got out of it scot free because she's a good student. That's probably why. Right, but anyway, it did work in the end, and yeah, after that, you can see that they have to go to a different class. Okay, I need to read the blackboard here. I didn't really read it at the first time. Oh no, there isn't really written anything here. It's in Japanese. Okay, that's why I wasn't able to read it. Right, so she reads it like general purpose room 1. And when her friends are like, oh, let's go, and Mia's thought that, oh no, Komura will see me go with my friends, so he'll think that I cannot see. So she's like, oh no, I can do it on my own. So she rushes off, and Komura is kind of concerned. He's like, what is she doing? She did tell me that it's fine. I won't have to go with her, but I'm still concerned. And his friends are like, oh, like, do you really have something really important to do? We can go and play. But he's like, oh no, like I have to, and he kind of rushes off to find Mie. And okay, I think here he realizes, he looks at the blackboard, and oh, 2, there you go. Like I said, I didn't read this part. So yeah, it was written 2. So Komura's like, oh no, she read it was 1. So Komura goes off to Mie to find her and help her out, while Mie is in general purpose room 1, and she's like, oh, it's empty, so I made a mistake. And Mie is thinking like, oh, I don't want to bother Komura, even though he really does help me out, and I'm kind of feeling a little bit lonely now that he's not here. Yeah, and she's like, oh, but I don't want to bother him like that. So in comes Komura, and he's like, oh, silly me, like I also made a mistake. It's not 1, it's actually 2. So you made the same mistake, didn't you, Mia-san? Come on, let's go. Kind of like try to smooth the situation. But Mia, in the end, she decides to be honest, and she's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't read. And yeah, and she then kind of explains how she didn't want to bother him. And Komura's like, damn, she's actually thinking about me. And then the next sentence that she says, she's like, oh, I always want to, kind of, what did she say? Just a minute. Just a minute. It makes me happy when you're around. And then what does she say? Just a minute. Oh, Hitorijime, yeah, like, take you for myself. Like, I won't, what's that word? There's a better word for it. Wait. I won't no. There's a better word for this. It's not coming in my head. Boy, there's an English term for this. It's not coming to my head. Anyways, whatever, like my brain is not working. She's like, yeah, I want always you to be with me and stuff like that. She kind of says, and Komura's like almost gets a heart attack here. And then yeah, and then he's like, right, but, and then he kind of figured something out, and he's like, oh, wait a minute, we do have a post box just beside our, very close to us. So then they go there, and he puts the thing over there, and he's like, oh, thank God, it was closed. And Mia's like, oh, you really like playing crane games, playing those arcade games, don't you? And then she kind of says goodbye to him, And yeah, she goes off. And Komura's thinking like she could have easily went to her house, gotten her glasses, and come. So and like by the end of it, finally she probably wouldn't have need my help. And then he's also thinking that at the same time that she wants to kind of um you know like uh you know like wants me to be with her, I also kind of do want her to rely on me. So yeah, and then he goes to with her friends, with his friends, to play the arcade game, and yeah, there you go, everyone's happy. Okay, right. Next, we get to see new term, you know, and so we are having like a special assembly in the morning, and Komura's thinking like, hopefully I'm within Mia-san's class as well. And Mia's kind of like, I don't know what she was doing. She was dozing off or something, I think. I don't know, but like they're getting the attendance award or attendance certificate, full attendance. So a few of the students are called. Out of them, Azuma was there, Mia was there, Komura's also there, and everyone looks at me and they're like, "Why is she scowling like that?" And Komura's like, "Oh wait, I actually got so used to Mia-san's looks that it doesn't bother me, but everyone else, they're confused. They're like, why is she scowling?" You know, and Komura doesn't want like Mia's reputation to get tarnished, so he's like thinking what to do to kind of relax her. And yeah, oh, this kind of reminded me of my school's attendance, what do you call these, the awards as well. Like we also used to have them every end of a school term. Yeah, there was a prize distribution ceremony. Oh boy, I remember that. Oh, that was something. Yeah. Oh god, memories are coming back. Obviously, I never got an attendance award because I bunked classes, schools, and obviously not a lot, but quite a few times. So I never got that. However, I got some other stuff. I remember getting something like I forgot. Like, oh, I used to get awards in art and craft. I remember I was very good at art and craft. I probably still am. I just don't do much nowadays. Yeah, I was very good at it. I remember like a lot of teachers also used to tell me to do a few of the things like a little arts and stuff. Like they used to tell me to do it, and I was like, God damn it! Like being good at something, this is the problem. The teachers rely on you, and you have to do it. Then you cannot really say that I cannot do it because they're the teachers. So yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember getting awards in art and craft, and maybe sometimes one or two times I got for I think like studies as well. So yeah, I used to get a few of them as well, and I remember we used to just sit down, and they used to do it like suddenly, like suddenly they would be like, "Oh, we're having an award ceremony today," and I'm like, "What the hell? Why don't you guys tell us before?" And they suddenly used to take us to the big hall where we used to sit down, and it was like a long award ceremony, so like almost like 2 hours or something. And I remember like that would mean like no classes, so a lot of people would be happy about it. They'd be like, "Oh, we can just slack off." And yeah, I remember just waiting and seeing everyone getting their prizes. Sometimes they used to call me, and I used to go there and get my prize as well. Certificates and stuff, nothing much. Stuff like that. Right. Okay. Anyways, this really reminded me of that. Goddamn, seeing these slice of life school animes reminds me of my school. Stuff that used to happen there. Right. So they're standing there, and Komura's like, "Oh, like let me help you, Mie, son," and tries to kind of relax her, and does the whole thing, the nervousness thing that they do, like put something in the hand and like swallow it or whatever. So he tries to do it, but it backfires because she's like, "Oh, do it for me," and he tries to do it, and he obviously he gets embarrassed and everything, and he's he cannot really do it properly. And after that, by the end of it, his name is called. He goes there, gets his award, and he's like, "Oh, now I am actually a little bit nervous." So okay, you know what? Let me read the certificate. Komura Kaide Dono, you have attended school every day at the year of the year without fail. You are hereby awarded this perfect attendance award in recognition of your effort. Nishi Middle School Junior High school, Principal Hideno Nagawa. Okay, right. And yeah, a lot of other students come in, and then comes in Komura, and he's thinking like, sorry, not Komura. In comes Mie. So Komura's thinking. Mia said that, oh, whenever you're having fun, things tends to go quicker. And he was talking about this before as well. He was like, oh, when I was a, like when I was a kid, and still now it happens. Whenever I go out to play or hang out with my friends, it happens so quickly. But like classes and stuff, they're like long. And the terms, each and every school term used to also feel so long. But now this term went this quickly. I didn't even realize it. And obviously, you can see like it's like he can understand that it probably happened because he was having fun. Because like Mia was there with him, and that's why it went out so quickly. And yeah, like as they say, when you're having fun, time goes fast. When you're not having fun, time doesn't go fast. It's extremely slow, and like something like that. And he realizes that, and then Komura, Mia goes in. Mia gets her certificate as well and comes and stands beside him, and he's like, I'm looking forward to another year, and he's like, yeah, same to you. Right. Next day, new classes means new seating arrangement, and yeah, I think I said this before as well in probably one of my other videos, but this was also another thing. Seating arrangement and class arrangement. Oh boy, we used to have 2 sections, 2 classes, like in every standard. And yeah, every year this was a thing. I used to pray to God. I was like, God, I only have a few friends. I'm freaking awkward as hell. I cannot make friends for the love of God. So please don't let them go to any other class. Otherwise, I'll be alone for the rest of the year. This was a huge thing to me, at least. I was like, God damn it, I can't freaking talk to others. I have a few of my friends, and even if they are not there, what the hell am I going to do? And oh my God, that was something I remember. Every year it would be a problem. I used to think, I used to pray, like, for the love of God, please. And I remember a certain year, exactly what I feared happened. None of my friends, I think like 1 or 2 of my friends were there in my class, and I was like, oh my God, this is bad. This is one of the worst things that could have ever happened, and this actually happened. And you know what funny thing that happened? I actually was able to make friends, new friends, and they were the ones who actually stuck with me for the rest of the school year. Like for 4 or 5 years after that as well. They became my best friends, which is kind of ironic because the friends that I thought I was good friends with, that I got separated from, by the end of it, we kind of didn't really talk anymore, and like went on our own way. But the new ones that I made, they actually stuck with me for the rest of, weird things happen in life, like it's just yeah. So I'm pretty thankful now that I think about it, that happened. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have met my actual like good friends. So anyways, yeah, and yeah, this was a thing. And also obviously the teaching, the seating arrangement, and that was also another thing. Like if your friends stay with you, stay beside you, that's good. If you are here and your friend is over there, it's a problem. Yeah, and that was a thing. Like I remember just praying that also the seating arrangement would be okay as well. Most of the time it was fine. If it wasn't, what we used to do is like there was our homeroom classes. We had our certain like seats assigned. We used to sit there for the homeroom class. When the homeroom teacher used to go away, we used to just change our seats. That simple. That was it. That's all we had to do. Good God. Right. Now, after that, you can see Komura and all of them are having new seating arrangements, and Komura's in the same place in the corner there. And what's this funny thing, there's this whole running gag that main characters in animes have the corners, the cornermost side beside the window. I didn't know this, but there's an actual reason why that happens. I've read somewhere that it's easy for mangakas to draw the corner, because if you're drawing the corner of a class, you won't have to draw the whole class. So that's why they always put the main character in the cornermost, like place beside the window, because they can actually, they won't have to draw many students. Like they can only draw the corner with one or two students beside him, and that's it. They won't have to draw the whole class. And it's actually it makes sense why they do it. It makes sense. I didn't know that. There was somewhere some kind of article I think I read. I was like, oh, so this is why they do this. You probably must have thought, why always the corner seat? That is why. So that, like they can, like they don't have to, like, every time that they have to show the main character, they don't have to draw every 20 students in the class. They don't have to do it. One or two students they can just do and show the corner. And that is it. And yeah, that is why. That's the funny thing. That is the exact reason why always main characters are in the cornermost section. If you didn't know, now you know. I was pretty surprised. I was like, okay, that's kind of smart. Yeah, it makes sense so much. Right, so you can see he sits there, and like Mia's there in front, and Azuma's also just beside her. And I knew this was going to happen. Azuma would be there beside her, and then there's this random girl who just sits beside Komura. So first thing that Mia asks Azuma is like, "Where's Komura?" And she looks back, and she's like, "Oh, over there." And Komura's just looking at them. Like, it's easy for Komura to look at her because she's in front of her. For her, she has to, like, look back all the time. So, it's a problem. Right, so Komura's like seething in anger. He's like, "Oh, Azuma, you're over there. Don't get close to her. Don't get, um right. So after that, Komura, like, she's sitting down, and then she's like, some other random girl comes in, and she's like, "Oh, I'm actually supposed to be here. You probably read it wrong." And she reads it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And Azuma's like, "Oh, you're in number 25." So she goes there and sits over to her actual, like, seat, and she's beside this girl. This girl who we saw in previous episode, or was it the episode before that, where the whole Komura kabedoned her? Like that episode. This guy, I don't know her name, whatever her name is. So she's there, and Komura's Emi is there, and they're like talking and everything, and Komura is like, "Oh, it's still a problem, like she's so far away." And Komura's like, "Ah, nothing you can do about it. At least she's with her friends. She can help her out." Um. Okay, so the girl beside Komura's name Hibuchi. She introduces herself, and oh, at first I didn't realize what she was doing here. He was doing here. When Komura was looking at Mie looked back, and he suddenly looked towards Hibuchi, and he's like, "Oh, like, I'm Komura. Who are you? Hello. We met for the first time." And Hibuchi introduces herself. I was like, why did he do that? I understand now. Because he didn't want Mia to see that he's staring at her or something. As soon as Mia looked at her, he probably just panicked and looked away and started talking to Hibuchi because she was there beside him. So that's why he did that. And I love how Hibuchi's like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need help? You need to go to the doctor? What's going on?" Right, so anyways, while all of this was happening, Hibuchi gets up, and she's like, "No, I cannot do it." And she goes in front, and she's like, "Mia-san, can you please go back to my seat? I cannot see." And Mia's like, "Yeah, sure, definitely, like, gladly." And she immediately, like, switches seat. Like, obviously, like, she also cannot see, but her situation is different because she cannot see without her glasses. If she wears her glasses, she can see it fine. So I'm sure it'll be okay for her. So she gets up, and she goes and sits beside Komura. And Komura's like, "Mia-san, are you okay? Like, you just, like, came here. Won't you have trouble?" She says, like, "Oh, I usually slack off and put my head on the desk and sleep. That is why it'll be a problem over there in front. So that's why I came here. Also, another problem, I will have to look behind to look at you. So yeah, that'll be a problem." And obviously, Komura is very happy hearing that. Right, and that is where it ended. So another very wholesome episode. They're in a new class. A new term, a new school term, and yeah, this is how it began. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 6, I think. Yeah, episode number 6 of The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.